about Russian oil, totally forgetting the whole hypocrisy of doing trade with Russia, EU's trade with Russia, China's purchase of oil, various other Turkey has also been a big buyer of Russian oil. To specifically target India speaks more about some reason why he wishes to bully India into submission to the trade deal. India will keep its national interest above everything else. India will keep its strategic relationships as well as its sovereignty, and it is well within its rights to respond the way it has to. It cannot be bullied into a deal. However, the question does arise that what are the retaliatory measures that we are going to be taking into consideration, considering a lot of our exporters are going to be impacted by this tariff, making Indian goods unreachable and not viable for American consumers. So having said that, I'm sure the government of India would need to relook into how it has managed to put all its eggs in the American basket. And now with someone who's so mercurial like Donald Trump dictating what he wishes to do. So I think it's a hypocrisy. And also, while we talk trade, while he wants us to do trade, he's busy meeting the likes of General Asim Munir once again and handing over more and more loans to them. So the hypocrisy in itself will make the 1.4 billion people of this country question America's intent.
Tweeted saying economic blackmail to bully India into unfair trade deal.
So the kind of statements coming from Donald Trump and even some straight questions asked of him that why is China not being given the same amount of tariff or charged the same amount of tariff or not being targeted for buying Russian oil? Why is EU being allowed to let go? EU's trade with Russia is way higher than what India is doing. So particularly targeting India is a way to arm twist India into a deal. We will not bow down, cow down or kneel down in front of any country if it harms India's national interest. And I'm hoping that the government of India will not be pushed into signing a deal which goes against the interest of India.
Leaders of opposition in New Delhi with a gathering scheduled at Rahul Gandhi's residence.
Yes, so all the India Alliance members will be gathering there, and Mr. Gandhi has moved into a new house, and he has invited all the leaders of various alliance parties that India grouping has. And we are hoping to see consensus on various issues which you have been seeing in the parliament, whether it is the SIR issue, whether it is about Operation Sindoor, whether it is about the upcoming vice president election. So we're going to see the outcome of this, but we are steadfast in our intent to hold the government to account.
And on SIR continuously, so what is the next step or how you see it?
No, I find it surprising that the government is trying to block a discussion on the workings of India's electoral democracy. It is for the voters to know whether their vote is in any way getting impacted or their rights to vote are getting impacted in any way. The way SIR is being conducted, keeping lakhs of people out of the electoral roll, out of the voting system, is extremely unfortunate. We've seen in Maharashtra how voters were added. We are seeing in Bihar how they're being deleted. How in Tamil Nadu again they're being added. So this entire theory that we see, and also let's not forget that Parliament is a representation of people's will and people's mandate through their vote. So if it is not the Parliament that discusses, then who will discuss? The constitutional institutions and the democratic institutions and their free and fair work to ensure no voters' rights are in any way undermined. So the blocking clearly shows that there is something that the government is not wanting to answer.
A system of vote jihad was created. Few people came together with the aim of defeating nationalist ideologies. When we realized the conspiracy, Eknath Shinde and I appealed to the spiritual power of Maharashtra. We are reaching out to Ramgiri Maharaj and other saints, saying that this is not just a political attack, it's an attack on our culture.
This is something which is extremely dangerous in intent, content, and trying to divide the people of Maharashtra. It is extremely unfortunate that a sitting Chief Minister of Maharashtra is making comments like this to try and call it vote jihad, to try and look at a particular section of the country as people who are anti-national, is extremely unfortunate and goes against the very value system of this country. So I would want him to relook at what he is saying. However, having said that, it is not surprising coming out of a BJP leader. simply because they have used the divide and rule methodology which the Britishers had left behind in India was adopted by the BJP. The second important part is we are seeing similar thing happen in Delhi where the Delhi police letters called the Bengali language, the Bangladeshi language. What they intend to do in Bihar is just a trailer where they're weeding out whoever the minority voters are by calling them Bangladeshi. The same thing they will follow in Assam, the same thing they will follow in West Bengal. The intent and the content clearly shows about this evil conspiracy of endangering the integrity of this nation with all the people of this country standing united and having been given the rights of voting and citizenship are now being actively hounded and treated like they are anti-national. It's shameful and I hope he withdraws his words.
VK News, राष्ट्र के नाम.